Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Arash Najmi bin Tugimin, and my groupmates and I will do a video presentation regarding the lab experiment 5, gas chromatography. Let's go. Hi, my name is Arash, so I'm going to talk about gas chromatography. Gas chromatography is an analytical technique that is used to separate the chemical components of sample mixture and then detect to determine the presence or absence or how much the presence in a sample mixture. On top of that, the chemical components are usually organic molecules or gases. Thank you. Today I'm going to talk about the principle of gas chromatography. The sample solution is injected inside the instrument and enters the gas stream to transport the sample mixture into a separation tube called as column. Next, the various components is separated inside the column, and finally, the detector will measure the quantity of the components that exceed the column. That's all from me. Thank you very much.
The methodology for gas chromatography. First, sample handling. The syringe was rinsed before the sample was filled. The volume of the sample may be more than required volume. Make sure there are no air bubbles in the syringe. In order to remove any air bubbles, tap the syringe gently. Number 2. Hold the syringe vertically needle up and push the plunger to the required volume at eye level. Remove the excess sample using a tissue. Then for the experimental, number 1. Switch on the instrument. Number 2. GC was set up using this condition. Number 3. The component was injected and the retention times of each component was determined individually. Number 4. The standard mixture was injected and each component present by comparing the retention times of each component with the retention of each single components that were determined previously was identified. Number 5. The unknown sample was injected and the component present in the unknown was identified. Number 6. The column temperature was changed like this. And number 7. The oven temperature was changed into like this. And the last one is operating the GC. Number 1. For manual injection, the sample was injected into the septa, which is liner. The oven column was checked and make sure the instrument is in the off mode. Number 3. The instrument was switched on. Warning tone will ring if the gas is not enough. Number 4. Instrument 1 online was clicked in the window screen and the instrument is allowed to set up itself. Number 5. After setup was completed, method was clicked and then edit entire method and press OK. Number 6. Enter the title and click OK. Number 7. To select injection, click manual and then to select injection location, click back. Add the instrument at the inlet and choose back and keep in information. Number 8. If sample is in high concentration, choose split mode. If the sample is in low concentration or small quantities, choose splitless in inlet. Number 9. Go to column section, choose column number 2. Add inlet column, choose back. Add mode column, choose constant pressure, and at outlet column, choose ambient. Number 10. Go to detector column, use FID front. Number 11. Parameter was injected, which is time 5 minutes, 1 microliter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Nur Shahza Hazwani and I'm gonna explain about the discussions of gas chromatography experiment. So here we go. So basically, gas chromatography experiment involved the process of dispersion column. In this process, mobile phase flow through the dispersion column towards the detector. Separations occur because of the component partitions of the samples between the stationary phase and mobile phase that based on the equilibrium expressions that can called as K, which is distribution constant. The expression is K equal to CS over Cm. CS indicates the concentrations of stationary phase and CM indicates the concentrations of mobile phase. While phase used in gas chromatography experiment is an inert gas such as nitrogen, hydrogen, or helium. Each component that will be examined in this gas chromatography experiment will be carried toward the detector by the mobile carrier gas. After the results obtained, each peak that appear in the spectrum will be observed. Each of the peaks in the chromatogram represent a compound that eludes from the GC column into the detector. Each of the peak has different height, which means it has different peaks area that have to be compared to determine the relative amounts of compound in the sample. And all the peaks has different retention time measured from the apex of the peak. The sharper or narrow peaks give great sensitivity and better resolutions, which is the peak separation. Based on GC chromatogram, the x-axis represents the retention time, which is the amount of time that's spent by the compound in stationary phase. Retention time is temperature dependent and it plays a big role in analyzing the samples in gas chromatography experiment. Retention time will be differentiated according to the number of carbon, molecular weight, and the boiling point of the samples. And the y-axis indicates the intensity of the signal. Lastly, the temperature change during this experiment affects the retention time and peak resolutions, and it could be determined from the plotted graph from the value that we get from the data.
Last but not least, for the conclusion, gas chromatography (GC) is an analytical tool that is used to isolate and then detect the chemical components of a sample mixture to determine their presence or absence and how much is present. These chemical elements are typically compounds or gases that are biological. Gas chromatography is a simple, multifaceted, highly sensitive and rapidly applied technique for the extremely excellent separation of every molecules. It is used in separation of very little amounts of analyte. Based on the peaks of analyzed standardized solutions and the unknown sample, we concluded that the unknown sample contains both N-butanol and 2-propanol due to their similar peaks obtained in their respective chromatograms. Because of its ease, sensitivity and usefulness in separating components of mixture, gas chromatography is one of the most important methods in chemistry. It is commonly used to analyze mixtures quantitatively and qualitatively and to purify compounds. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Atira Kamila binti Abdul Rahim and my student ID is 2018679422. So now, my groupmates and I will present about our last lab report and the title is High Performance Liquid Chromatography, HPLC. First, introduction. High Performance Liquid Chromatography, HPLC, is a type of column chromatography that pumps a sample mixture or analyte through a column with chromatographic packing material in a solvent known as the mobile phase at high pressure stationary phase. A flowing carrier gas current of helium or nitrogen carries the sample. HPLC has the capacity to isolate and classify compounds that can be dissolved in a solvent at trace concentrations as low as parts per trillion in either sample. HPLC is used in a number of industrial and science uses, such as biomedical, environmental, forensics, and chemistry because of its versatility. Based on the relationship with stationary phase, the molecules being examined, and the solvent or solvents used, the sample retention time can differ. When the sample moves through the column, it interacts at varying concentrations between the two stages, largely due to the analyte's different polarities. Analytes with the least amount of stationary phase interaction or the largest amount of mobile phase interaction can leave the column more rapidly.
Hi, my name is Arash. So today I'm going to talk about the sample preparations for the HPLC. The simplest form for the sample preparations for the liquid sample will be the direct injections of the analyte into the HPLC system. The sample must be transferred into the sample vial compatible to the HPLC injection system. Even though the samples look completely dilute, this is a good practice to filter the sample first to remove the particulates that may damage the LC injectors. The other sample preparations for the liquid sample will be the liquid-liquid extractions and the solid phase extractions. Thank you.
For discussion, in this experiment, a solvent drips through a column filled with absorbent under gravity in column chromatography. HPLC is a highly enhanced type of chromatography for columns. Under high pressure of up to 400 atmosphere, a pump pushes a solvent through a column. Usually a granular substance made of solid particles such as silica or polymer in the column, packing material or absorbent or stationary phase. In contrast to column chromatography, the pressure makes the technique much quicker. This helps the column packing material to use even small particles. For interaction between the stationary phase and the molecules moving passive, the smaller particles have a greater surface area. This results in much clearer isolation of the mixtures components. After it has been injected, retention times is the amount of times a compound spent on the column. If sample contains multiple compounds, each compound in the sample according to its chemical composition spends a different amount of time on the column. The equilibrium constant determines the retention times of compounds, which is K. Response factor can be calculated using this formula. In the soft drink study, the experiment also discussed the determination of caffeine. The soft drink sample was placed into the sonicator to decrease the air bubbles in the sample by applying the same method of the sample's preparation. There are a few precautions when conducting this experiment. Rinse the column sometimes with a powerful solvent to eliminate impurities that linger in the column and stop unexpected pressure and temperature that might changes and any mechanical shocks.
So moving on to the last part, we can conclude that the retention time of the standard solution of the caffeine have been determined. Next, the caffeine peak in the soft drink sample also have been identified. Next, the amount of the caffeine in the soft drink sample also have been determined by using the response factor method. The concentration of the caffeine is calculated by using the formula of peak area caffeine standard is divided with the concentration of the caffeine standard to get the value of response factor. Then the peak area of the caffeine in the sample is divided with the response factor to get the value of concentration caffeine in the unit of ppm. Thus, all of the objectives of the experiment have been achieved. Thank you.